much for coming today. I think we live in such an exciting time. We've got elections at such an exciting time. From the amazing young people working on the school strikes, the Extinction Rebellion, it's clear that there's a turning tide when people's understanding about our core issues around climate change and the environment. But fundamentally, where politics happens is on doorsteps, and by actually going out, speaking to people, making sure that as a party we are connected to our communities, to our residents and to the people that we represent. And so it's by this very work that we can make sure that we get those more green votes, more Greens elected. That means that when we campaign, it's not just about changing things for the short term because we've won our campaign. It's about fundamental change that's put into policy that lasts not just for our generation, but for generations to come. And it's beyond policy. When we get Greens elected, as you know, it creates that scrutiny, transparency, and fundamentally changes how councils operate, because they know that those tough questions will be asked that truly represents residents in a way that only Greens can, as well as standing up for social and environmental justice. You have heard me say before that I think politics is a little bit like those arcade machines that you would have gone to as a child, maybe more recently, that you put your 2p's into the top and you watch it tumble down, and your 2p rearranges the structure a little bit. Maybe you win, maybe you don't, maybe it's the next person that comes along and has that big win, but we've all been part of that change that makes that win possible. I sometimes think with politics it's hard to see the changes we make. It's hard to see the difference that a leaflet or knocking on a door or even sending out a tweet or signing a petition, going to a demonstration makes. But it does make that difference because it's every single one of us taking a small action that makes that cascading win. And it's with the movements that we're part of, as well as all of the work that we've been doing on a local basis, knocking on doors, that proves that time and time again. Politics happens on doorsteps, wins happen on doorsteps, and then you get that incredible opportunity to get Green representation, the Green voices that we fundamentally need. You can't help but be inspired when you see Caroline Lucas holding the government to account, holding the opposition to account, and ensuring that everything that we stand for remains on the agenda without question, without failure, without compromise, time and time again. I feel that as a party we understand what having a backbone is like. We're not going to sway in the wind to popular ideas, and if you've spoken to me today, I would have told you about my frustration of the lip service that the Labour Party are paying at the moment to the climate emergency and Green New Deal, when we see that often in councils those actions haven't been taken, with climate emergency policy being watered down, whether that's their parliamentary candidates supporting a new M4 relief road, or in Cumbria supporting new mining, or even here in Sheffield, where the climate emergency didn't have a clear target of what year it should be achieved. We need to be the fact that we know our vision. We have a clear vision of a better Sheffield, of a better country, of a better kind of politics. That's why we go out. That's why we put our 2p's in the machine on our weekdays, in our evenings, in our spare time. Because change is possible when we each do our part. And every time I'm in Sheffield and with local parties, I'm so proud to be standing as part of a party that is making that change possible, making that change happen, and building that better future. So thank you so much for everything you do. Thank you for being on doorsteps, being part of campaigns. And I feel like, across the country this time, we are going to prove again that we are a growing force. We're a party whose policies time has come, and we will be continuing to prove why Green is the future. Thank you.